In the frost-bitten heart of Sam Dent, a remote Canadian town nestled in British Columbia's unforgiving wilderness, a veil of perpetual winter cloaks the lives of its inhabitants. Adam Egoyan's 1997 masterpiece, The Sweet Hereafter, adapted from Russell Banks' novel and inspired by a real-life tragedy, unfolds as a non-linear mosaic of grief, guilt, and fractured community bonds. The film plunges us into the aftermath of an unthinkable catastrophe. On a crisp, icy morning, the local school bus, driven by the steadfast Dolores Driscoll, swerves off a treacherous road, crashes through a guardrail, and sinks into a frozen lake. In that harrowing instant, 14 children perish, their young lives extinguished beneath the cracking ice, leaving the survivors and families to navigate a landscape forever altered by loss. The narrative ebbs and flows through time, interweaving past joys with present desolation, much like the swirling snow that blankets the town. At the center of this emotional tempest is Mitchell Stevens, a slick, city-bred lawyer portrayed with nuanced intensity by Ian Holm. Stevens arrives in Sam Dent like a harbinger of false hope, his sleek car cutting through the rural isolation. Tormented by his own demons, his estranged daughter Zoe's spiral into drug addiction and eventual overdose, he channels his personal anguish into professional zeal. He rallies the bereaved parents for a class action lawsuit, targeting the town, the bus manufacturer, and anyone else who might bear liability for negligence. Anger can be a powerful ally. He intones, his voice a mix of empathy and calculation, promising financial compensation as a balm for their shattered souls. Yet, his motives are laced with self-interest. The case becomes a proxy for his unresolved paternal failures, a way to wrest control from chaos. The community, once a tight-knit enclave of loggers, farmers, and families bound by shared hardships, begins to unravel under the strain. Billy Unsell, a widowed mechanic played by Bruce Greenwood, emerges as a voice of stoic resistance. Having lost his 2 children in the crash, his twins, Jessica and Mason, Billy clings to routine, finding solace in his affair with Risa Walker, another grieving parent whose son Sean also drowned. He tails the bus each morning in his pickup, a ritual born of paternal vigilance, now rendered futile. Billy urges the others to forgo the lawsuit, viewing it as a divisive pursuit that commodifies their pain. "You can't sue God," he mutters, his rugged face etched with quiet fury. Other families waver. The Ottos, Wanda, and Hartley, Indigenous artists who lost their adopted son Bear, grapple with cultural disconnection amid their sorrow. The Walkers, Risa, and her husband Wendell, teeter on the edge of marital collapse. Amid this collective mourning, the story delves deepest into the Bernal family, where hidden horrors compound the public tragedy. Nicole Bernal, a bright 15-year-old aspiring folk singer, embodied with ethereal poise by Sarah Polley, survives the crash but is left paraplegic, her legs useless, her dreams of stardom crippled. Before the accident, Nicole's life was a facade of normalcy masking profound betrayal. Her father, Sam, a seemingly affable motel owner, has been sexually abusing her for years, a secret that festers like an open wound. Her mother, Lydia, remains oblivious or in denial, her focus on superficial comforts. Nicole's pre-crash existence flashes before us, babysitting the Unsell twins, performing at town fairs with her guitar, her voice pure and haunting, contrasted against her post-accident isolation. Confined to a wheelchair in a home that feels like a prison, Egoyan masterfully employs flashbacks to peel back layers of regret and complicity. We see the bus's fateful journey, children chattering excitedly, Dolores waving cheerfully, the road glistening with black ice. Intercut are scenes of Stephen's urban life, frantic phone calls to Zoe, her voice slurred and accusatory, mirroring the parents' helplessness. The lawsuit gains momentum as Stevens interviews witnesses, his tape recorder capturing raw testimonies. Dolores, played by Gabrielle Rose with dignified resilience, defends her driving, insisting the bus just went, the victim of fate rather than fault. Her husband Abbott, stroke impaired and mute, communicates through gestures, his silence a metaphor for the town's unspoken burdens. Tensions crescendo during the deposition phase, a sterile room buzzing with legal formality. Nicole, positioned as the key witness due to her seat at the front, is coerced by Stevens and Sam to corroborate the negligence claim. But in a pivotal act of defiance, she perjures herself, falsely accusing Dolores of speeding at 72 miles per hour, a lie that torpedoes the case. This fabrication stems from Nicole's simmering rage toward her father. By sabotaging his financial windfall, she reclaims agency in her violated life. The lawsuit dissolves, leaving Stevens defeated and the community to confront their grief without the crutch of blame. In a poignant coda, set 2 years later at a summer fair, Nicole narrates over the scene, her voice overdrawing from Robert Browning's The Pied Piper of Hamelin, a fairy tale woven throughout the film. The piper, punishing the town's deceit by luring away its children, echoes the crashed divine retribution for parental sins, real or perceived. Themes of isolation permeate every frame. The vast, snow-swept landscapes dwarf the characters, symbolizing emotional distances unbridged by words. Grief manifests not in histrionics but in quiet devastations, a father's empty gaze, a mother's mechanical routines. Guilt threads through personal and communal veins. Stevens for his daughter, Sam's for his abuse, the town's for failing to prevent the preventable. Incest adds a visceral layer, highlighting how private traumas amplify public ones, eroding trust from within. The nonlinear structure mirrors memory's capricious nature, where joy and horror collide without warning, forcing viewers to piece together the emotional wreckage. In the end, the Sweet Hereafter offers no tidy resolutions. The hereafter remains bittersweet, a realm where the dead linger in the living's hearts, and healing is an ongoing negotiation with pain. Dolores, spotted years later driving an airport shuttle, exchanges a knowing glance with Stevens, a silent acknowledgement of shared survival. The town endures, scarred but standing, a testament to human resilience amid irreparable loss. Egoyan's direction, with its languid pacing and evocative cinematography, transforms tragedy into poetry, reminding us that in the wake of disaster, what remains is the fragile thread of connection.